Test. Alright, so today we're going to be... Oh, why isn't my shirt buttoned? Can't show any chest here. What the hell's wrong with me? Alright, so today we're going to be working on a machine with a sensor issue. I need to get a haircut badly. I hate having long hair when I have helmet hair because my hair turns into this rat's nest of crap. I should just shave my head really like this. No, I like my brain. I want to keep my brain. But I know that like the positive side of my family is that nobody ever goes bald, even if they live until their 80s, because we don't have hair. We have this like chemical concoction of, like my hair is kind of like this. Like this is the closest thing that could be defined to the Rossman or Pomponio family hair. It's this. It's impossible to comb. It's impossible to do anything with. It's just it's like a helmet in and of itself. But I got to get a haircut. So today we're going to get started on a retina, and this was sent in by another store, and you can tell that it was sent in by another store because, as you can see, if you look really closely, the SMC has already been reflowed. Typically there's edge bonding around the SMC on these boards, and when I say edge bonding, I mean like what you see over here. So if I zoom in just a little more, and damn, you get a lot of zoom on this camera. What? Yeah, so this stuff right over here, like this is edge bonding around the chip. This is the SMC, and the SMC usually has edge bonding, and this one has no edge bonding, which means that somebody else already messed with it. Now, the stated problem in the ticket is that the sensors are running, the machine is running slow, and the sensors are reading incorrect readings. So if we take a look at the ticket, we can see the readings that the new guy, used to be new guy, had here, which is 128 Celsius for CPU proximity, 128 Celsius for memory proximity, 128 Celsius for heat pipe proximity, 128 Celsius for heat pipe outgoing air, 128 Celsius for airport, and 128 Celsius for ambient temperature. Now, because Apple doesn't provide the Apple Service Diagnostic anymore because they're a pile of cunts, what we use to get this information is something called HW Monitor, which is going to give us a list of the sensors, which, by the way, Apple, like, not giving us ASD, really? Do you really think that's going to keep us from fixing sensor failures? But anyway, if we get into this board, let's just take a look at the schematic and see if we can figure out where this is going on by looking at the page related to SMC communication. So if I hit F3 here, you'll see on an 820-4924 board, we have this list of all the different things that talk to one another, right? Oh, whoops, edit that. No, so we have the list of all these things that talk to one another. So we have the HDMI redriver talking to the Wildcat, which is the CPU, talking to a connector. And then over here we have the SMC talking to the internal display port. And then over here we have the SMC talking to the battery charger. And then over here, this is where it gets interesting. So we have the SMC talking to CPU, memory, airflow, and FinStack proximity. Huh, interesting, because our CPU, memory, and airflow temperatures are not reading the way they're supposed to. So if we take a look over here, I can right-click, because Paul Daniels' software, available at pldaniels.com, allows you to right-click, and it will automatically bring you to that chip in the board view. So if we were to look at the U5870 area over here, under the microscope, just bring this down a little bit, get it nice and focused for you. Is there anything that you notice here that looks like it's broken? Is there anything here that sticks out as being out of place? I'll let you know. Is the first thing you would do to this computer before sending it to me, A, reflow the SMC for no reason, or B, use your brain before you destroy your customer's device and realize that you ripped something off the motherboard and that maybe, just maybe, you should put it back on. So this over here is most likely why this is not working, because the store that sent this to us are a bunch of idiots. And again, being an idiot on your own stuff is totally fine. God knows I'm an idiot on a lot of my stuff. But what I do is I figure it out on my own stuff before we destroy it completely for the customer. And like, what? Like, really? You're gonna reflow the SMC? Really? This is what you think to do? This is it? And look, the edge bonding's still on the board. It's like, whoops, it's right over there. Yeah, we're just gonna leave that for you as like a nice little fuck you to remind you that we destroy our own boards before we send them to you. Like, screw your policy that you're not gonna work on boards that are pre-messed with. We're gonna take this edge bonding off and we're gonna leave it right in the board over there as like a L-shaped middle finger to the Rossman Repair. Guess what? Your bill is going to look like a middle finger shape to your store. Anyway, but getting on with that. So let's figure out what this little thing here is for and why it would cause this to happen. So we're going to go back to the schematic in the board view over here. And I click, this is R5875. And this actually doesn't look too important. It looks like a resistor to ground, but actually it is. This is not a simple pull-down resistor. This is address select. So what is the address of the chip on the SMC data line? So the SMC is going to want to talk to certain chips on certain addresses, and the address select here is likely set by a resistor that goes to ground. And we see this on many other aspects of the circuit. So for example, let's just take something like the ISL6259 that's going to set our PP bus voltage. So if we look at something like the ISL6259 that says our PP bus voltage, on charger cell, here you have a resistor between PP3V42 and charger cell, and that is going to tell it to make a PP bus voltage of 12.23 volts. However, if we were looking at something like a MacBook Air that uses the exact same chip as the MacBook Pro, what you would see if we look at U7100, which is the same chip, is that charger cell is pulled to ground rather than being pulled up to PP3V42. Would you rather work on an Apple or a Commodore? Absolutely this. Screw working on a Commodore. Finding good spare parts to that is going to be a nightmare. And yeah, finding good spare parts to that is going to be a nightmare. So I'd much rather work on this where I can at least, like at the very least, I can dumpster dive, you know? So if I need a part for this, I know Apple's not going to give it to me. I know their vendors are not going to sell it to me. But at least I can ask some dude in China, can you dumpster dive through and find me donor boards that I can use? That I can do. For a Commodore, like finding known good parts for 30-year-old stuff, I mean, it's hard enough to find known good parts for stuff that's 3 years old. So if we go back to this, you'll see that this is not address select, but it is a way of using a resistor to ground to tell a chip to do something that we want. And if we go back over here, we may just be lucky enough to be able to find the data sheet to this chip to figure out how that address select works. And here I'm probably dreaming, but what the hell, you never know. So let's see if we can find that. So this is an EMC 1704-2. So I'm going to search for that on the Google, EMC 1704-2. And, ooh, microchip data convert. Wow. Tell me we can find a data sheet to this chip. That would be amazing, because then I could actually go, oh my God. Apple, wow. Oh my God, there's a data sheet. Apple, what are you doing? You're screwing up, man. I can find a data sheet to your chips. That's no good. You got to make sure that this gets taken off. Somebody's stealing your intellectual property and putting it on the internet. Oh no! Okay, so what do we have here? So let's go over to this Sumatra PDF and have that full screen. So the pin that has with the ripped resistor is pin 6. So let's see what the data sheet says pin 6 is for. Oh, what's that? What am I missing? Would you rather work in a modern MacBook or a Power Mac G5? Same thing, modern Mac. Screw, I don't want to work on something that's really old. Really old, no spare parts. No spare parts means it's going to be miserable, and sometimes there are, but there's also the case that nobody's going to want to pay to fix a Power Mac G5. So not only is it more difficult to work on, not only is it likely something else is going to fail because it's old, but at the end of the day, somebody's going to expect a repair on that to cost like $50, and it's going to take forever to find parts to it. It just doesn't wind up being very economically viable. So back here, so pin 6, address select, selects SM bus address. Here we go. My theory is correct. So address select selects SM bus address. If this chip does not have that resistor, then it's not going to select the proper address. So I'm guessing that it's going to use a certain resistor of a certain resistance, and that's going to set a certain address, or having a certain voltage there is going to set a certain address. And I'm sure that if we wanted to read through the entire 68 pages of this data sheet, we'd find that. But we don't need to do that because we already know what's causing our problem, and we already know why it is that this resistor is important. So let's go ahead and just make this work. Again, by putting this little resistor back on and maybe running a little jumper wire since I don't want to trust a trace that somebody destroyed. He fixed the board that had the hole dremelled in it yesterday. That is in Paul's queue at the moment.
Yeah, that should be a no fix right there.
That's in Paul's queue, actually. So even though... Let's see. What can I do here? Do I really want to trust this trace after all it's been through? Actually, yeah, I can. We can bend this back into place. We can make this board great again.
Remember this one? The data transfer one?
What about?
It actually had a lie on the charger. Like after like 30 seconds or so.
Oh.
Yeah. It's like causing customer if you want to approve for the order plan.
Thank you very much, oh Mr. Roboto, for doing all the jobs that nobody wants to. Thank you very much, oh Mr. Roboto. In your experience, which manufacturers of laptops is the most flexible or nice to support? So far for me, it's been Lenovo. I mean, so there you have been dicks on the phone every now and then, if you get to the wrong department, but for the most part, I really can't think of another company that would allow me to spill half a gallon of water on a laptop, continue to use it, and just give me another one. Just replace everything. Yeah. I'm sure if you buy one of their yogas or their idea pads that they'll dick you around like most other companies, but with the high-end ThinkPads, they really just don't dick you around that much. If you buy a yoga or an idea pad, I'm not saying you will have the same experience. Don't. The yogas are shit. Paul says that his idea pad is fine, but Paul's also never broken a T30-KN tip, so I can't believe anything he says. That's not possible that in a year he's never broken a soldering tip. Alright, so I don't really want to trust the integrity of this. Yes, I'm gonna scrape away this trace and I'm gonna run a wire. I trust the integrity of this as much as I trust Trump when he said, I meant wouldn't instead of would, or would instead of wouldn't. It was opposite day at the White House today. Oh my God, did anybody watch that? I wanted to cry. Jesus Christ. What an... Why?
Huh?
You fixed it. Good job, Daniel. Yeah, that was the weakest thing I think I've heard him say ever.
Fixed. Done.
I meant to say wouldn't, not would.
All it needed was an SMC reflow, a bunch of capacitors replaced.
Are you serious, man?
And an SMC reset no chip. Make sure you take a good look.
That makes sense. The ThinkPads are quite popular in the Linuxy world for often having good drivers and support for Linux.
Like 3 jumper wires, and then just tinned almost all of them that look corroded, and then wet and then tinned. They all should be good. What's your PP bus you got? I don't know, but it has a face.
That doesn't matter.
Let's check.
Because it'll still turn on with a low PP bus and then it won't recognize the battery. So you have to test that.
I'm waiting for Trump to come out and say that he was just joking when he said that. Like, he's just been trolling the entire time. Like when Kopez says, tries to blow out a fan and heatsink filled with dust right into Steve's laminar flow bench clean room area for the hard drives with open drives. Like, I hope that that's just a troll, but it's not. It's not. Oh, politics. Okay, so I trust this. I trust that. So now let's see what we get on sensors, and let's see if it boots up at a reasonable speed.
Yeah, mine does.
What the F, Alex? Hi, I'm telling you.
We have an open spot opening in a few days.
Oh.
.5 volts, Paul.
Bada bing, you got 8.5 volts. Good job. Okay.
That's a quality liquid that comes prepared with it. So I need to cherry pick the JTAG.
Yeah, you tried to cherry pick a JTAG and you got an SMC with every component around it.
Reflow, but
Yeah, but still.
it needed reflow and it needed basically every component near the SMC to be replaced.
Contradicted the rest of his statement. Dude, that was just painful. That was so painful to watch. I couldn't do it. I couldn't finish watching it. I just want...
Now I'm gonna eat my burrito.
You don't want to eat that burrito. It's disgusting.
I'm gonna try the burrito. Probably feel like that.
I do not think the burrito is terrible.
Really?
How much hot sauce did you use on it to make it not terrible?
Just a bit.
Just a bit.
Just a bit.
This taste buds must be malfunctioning from all this touch buds.
I have a cold. My taste buds are all something.
Now I feel I might have made up for using AdBlock for a month in your videos. God bless you, sir. You can use AdBlock, though. Most people do. I have accepted that most people use AdBlock at this point. This is why we make money fixing computers, rather than streaming fixing computers.
Why does nobody provide their passcode?
For the phone?
Yes.
Uh,
Nobody ever leaves their passcode.
Yeah, that drives me nuts.
Yes.
Hell yeah.
Did you fix it?
Yeah.
And there's no password?
I used that quality $300 screen that I purchased the day the iPhone 10 came out.
The screen costs more than the damn data recovery.
I know.
We have to have a sliding scale for stuff like that.
Well, now it's 161, but I had to get a screen. I had to test customers' phones to make sure that they were just the screen. And then I was like, alright, either go to Apple or come back in like a few weeks, depending.
Oh.
Somebody bought one of our mail things.
Now this trackpad is really corroded, so I'm going to grab a different trackpad cable. I'll show you what the trackpad cable corrosion looks like under the microscope. That wouldn't cause the sensors that I was showing you to read them properly, but it's going to cause other sensors to read them properly. Let's see, is this... what do these pins look like?
You can probably fix that.
Yeah, but I don't want to reuse it just for the testing. I bet some of those pins are going to move on me. So I'm going to grab another trackpad cable, and I'll be right back. For the time waiting, you can watch Paul eat a burrito.
Nobody wants to see me masticate.
For a new screen and a working phone.
You really need a remote for that camera.
Charges
I know.
75. We can
Tell
do
me
it.
about it.
You want me to buy a screen?
Talk to Steve.
Yeah. That's worth it though. Save $40 and get the screen done in like 5-ish minutes because there's one thing to swap.
Trackpad cable.
Literally just the earpiece. Yep. 3 screws and you're done.
Mm-hmm.
Feels good to fix the first board you work on.
It really does, doesn't it? Especially when the first few boards that you get already work, and then the next one you get is an easy one resistor that's knocked off.
Feels good when you try to cherry pick a J10 and you get wrecked.
Yeah, karma.
Here, I got a stack of iPhones.
Oh god.
But you have Jessa.
I feel like I should learn how to do iPhones so I can help you.
One of them looks like it's flexion. Yeah, that doesn't look good.
Yeah, that stack is tilting like
When
a
you
tower.
stack them and they do that, that's not good.
Okay, let's do it. Can you show the camera? I'm gonna zoom in a sec. Let's see. Okay, this is what's happening to Paul's pile of iPhones. Ready? You think one of them may have bent a little bit?
Just a little.
iPhones don't bend, Talos. We all made that shit up.
Oh, we're
Right?
putting it in our pocket wrong.
Yeah, we're putting it in the pocket wrong. That must be it. That's totally it. That's totally it. I just make all this shit up because I want YouTube views.
Is that just a camera or is it that?
Okay, so we've got just about everything plugged in here. So I'm going to see if it boots up at a reasonable speed into my test operating system, which is located here. And we can edit that to make it look seamless in the main channel version. And I'm going to just boot it up into my test OS to see if it boots at a reasonable speed.
I want the normal Cholula.
And none of them will be the wiser. Now give me a nice long dong. Dong, you bastard. Dong. Yes, very good. Wait. Keyboard option key not working? Really, you?
You're right, there's too much taste like that.
I know, that burrito tastes like shit. I don't like one-starring people, but...
Yeah, don't rate anyone
Clean-
or anything.
But like their burritos, I forgot that I ordered from them last time, and their burritos are jack shit every time. Did I not plug the trackpad cable in? Hmm?
That little hole in the wall place across the street, 2 blocks down?
No. They get that place's burritos are boring.
No.
Are the batteries third party or are they like all different?
Oh, you don't want this guy.
You cannot get Apple parts.
Yeah, so like third party, I'm guessing.
I'm afraid this is the wrong industry to get elaboration, comma. It's not like they tell us. We are lobbying and visiting the Senate on a monthly basis just for the right to be able to buy this stuff legally to begin with. These aren't any one of those brands, comma.
No, he would not do that.
Wait, stop. I'm doing voice to text, mofo.
Right.
Get the fuck.
I'm reading chat messages, man.
Why are you reading chat my voice to text? I read it later in a second. But the thing is, the batteries we get are constantly changing based on availability, comma. So I don't want to give you an answer today that won't be valid 4 days from now. I don't know, just give it to Steve. I don't want it. We make like $2 when we sell that battery. I'm not interested
Really?
in. Yeah, like I'm with that bad. Like some of that stuff.
Barely making profit.
No, it's only some of them because I wanted to have a complete store. But I'm literally making $2 when I sell that battery. So if that conversation is actually not worth it.
So it's worth $2.
Like yeah, essentially that conversation is not worth the $2 of the fucking battery sale. Anyway, let's see if this booted up into something resembling an operating system, and it did kinda, but the trackpad's not working. Fuck. All right, so I got to get a good trackpad and reboot. All right, so what did you say, sir? Let me read what you had to say. Would you upgrade my laptop CPU if I sent it to you alongside the desired CPU? I don't want to fuck it up doing it myself. No. That's because I don't want to fuck it up doing it. Okay, there's a couple of things. A, most of the CPUs you're going to get online were taken off the back of a truck, so I don't know if they work. And B, yeah, there is a good chance of screwing it up. So that's not something that we do. I genuinely appreciate the $5. God bless you for that. But yeah, I'm done doing BGA rework for any like large chip BGA rework for anything other than pure lulls and experiments. Like we have a CPU that we bought for lulls, and we still haven't gotten the time to bring the Zamo upstairs. So that my machine that does this all is sitting in a basement. But once I do get that, it is for lulls. It's not something that I could ever imagine offering a customer, given the.
I'll do that. We'll put the Zalmo where the iMacs go.
If you want it done by the intern is willing to do it, but that's kind of.
What do you mean? It's a nice little water damage board.
Okay.
I want to learn how to use that thing though.
Yeah. Burrito company should send you their burrito for review. It's a common theme here. Yeah.
The rice is just grainy.
All right, let me get a trackpad since that trackpad cable is probably good, but the trackpad's also broken. Yeah, okay. Let's try it with a different trackpad since that trackpad cable is corroded. Unplug power.
I'm gonna use like half the bottle of that hot sauce to finish that burrito.
Okay, where's my cable?
Here.
I know. It makes me want to turn off live chat sometimes. Okay, so we're done with that shit. Okay, so we're going to plug in our battery. Plug into the machine, and let's see if my option key works now. It doesn't. Okay, now we're getting into tricky territory. Why no working trackpad?
Does the other option key work?
Yeah, maybe the other option key. Because before it didn't even work when I plugged in a trackpad. What if they ripped off something else and didn't tell me? That would suck. Damn it. No option key. Hiss! Alright, let's see if when it boots, if at least I have a trackpad now that I have the new trackpad.
Steve wants to give me screens.
Oh. Yeah. That's...
I'd rather do a logic board in here so I have an excuse.
Dewey has trackpad? All your videos motivated me to build my custom mechanical keyboard.
Look what David just charged. Do we not have any touch bars left?
I'm sure there's touch bars left. Look at Paul's thing. There's got to be a touch bar in there. Oh, I feel clicking. Premium clickiness! Awesome, Florian. Thank you, by the way. That helped fund the crappy burrito that I just ate. Okay, so since I have premium clickiness on my trackpad, I'm hoping that I get premium clickiness once it loads.
Yeah, but it takes forever, so
I know, but it's probably loading into that recovery mode bullshit.
you
Let's
couldn't
see.
just do it off the OS with the option.
No, option key didn't work. I learned so much watching your videos. I'm happy to leave a chance. I would have a chance to give back today. Thank you, Carrie. Carrie? I mean, I imagine you didn't learn how to fix a sensor on an A1502 because I still haven't fixed it yet. But, come on. Boot, you piece of shit. Boot!
Safe mode, safe
I see you again turning Macs into PCs. Thank you, Erasmo. I am indeed turning it into a PC. My trackpad clicks, so I know it's getting power, and I know it has some function.
These are the 2015 ones.
Yeah, it's booting into the setup screen. Is it not working because I have a glove? Can you tell me if it works? Because I have a glove on. I don't know if that's why the trackpad's not working.
That's
Been
clicking.
binge watching your videos. I don't do any repairs, but they are entertaining. Thank you,
That's
Technosource.
clicking. I can feel the click.
21037.
Okay.
It clicks, but it doesn't move. How bad was that burrito, Daniel?
I need to drown it with hot sauce.
It's not amazing.
Not bad.
It's food though.
Help. Oh, this is an A1708. Oh.
Try it with a new battery.
Alright.
They don't have them.
Where is it?
L1.
Oh, yeah, let's say that.
Which one isn't it? We do not have that battery.
Did you not? No.
Because we just ordered them from. We just ordered from.
Okay. Where was I? Where am I? What makes you think Lewis doesn't know how to use a Mac? I have no idea how to use a Mac. The dreaded no move but click issue is such a pain. Tell me about it and I'll be fixed. So we gotta figure... Let's see. Does the keyboard work at least? Alright, so the keyboard doesn't seem to work. There's no caps lock and there's no return key. No caps lock, no return key. So there's no keyboard and there's no trackpad, but trackpad clicks. Alright, so what else did you idiots do to fuck this up? Besides rip shit off of the board. And reflow the SMC without telling me that you reflowed the SMC. Let's take a look at the trackpad connector. Because if the cable had corrosion on it, then God knows the trackpad connector probably has corrosion on it. Maybe we have to touch something up. Why does this stupid Restream app keep moving back in the chat? I want to see. Here. So the connector seems fine. Did I grab a bad cable, maybe? Let's see. What does my cable look like that I grabbed? The cable looks fine, too.
Paul gets better.
Yeah. Paul deserves to feel better.
Paul
That's-
deserves a sick day at his rate. But,
Much Paul. Alright, this keyboard cable looks like it's been screwed with too. Look at this. It has this fold and this unnatural fold in it. But oh wait, I didn't put the trackpad in.
Say again?
Fuckery. Fuckery muckery. I hope this isn't one of those things where the 5-volt transistor is also ripped off of the board in the corner. Ooh, that would suck.
yeah, battery's 325.
Lewis, check your Twitter. I don't have free hands, I'm afraid. I'm sorry. I'm streaming while holding a keyboard and a trackpad, and fuck, it still doesn't
That was
boot
good.
properly. No free hand for Twitter, I'm afraid. Fixed an 820-2850 because of your vids. Was paid in chesticles to your face. Chesticles? What's a chesticle? Oh, great set. That's awesome. Was it the kernel panic or something else? Are these tweets automated or are they necessary? I don't know if that's you. Oh, probably. I don't know if that's your tweet. Did I check that? Did I check Twitter for that? I hope you're not saying that that was the tweet that I was worth checking Twitter for. But if that is, that's why I will never check Twitter again on a live stream.
He wants to charge data recovery because he doesn't want to do the screens yet.
Okay, so still no keyboard and mouse, and this is the one where if I want to check if it's the trackpad's getting 5 volts, I have to take the board out. You fucking piece of shit. All right, so let's troubleshoot why there's no fucking trackpad and keyboard. Oh my god.
To be honest though, it's not that bad.
It's better than a touch bar. I'll give it that. Keyboard J4813.
For that one, just pictures on the USB. She doesn't want anything else. Okay. And she's gonna return the phone to Apple. Apple, whatever insurance company. I don't know. If she wants it back.
So make the phone look not like total shit, is what he's saying.
Yeah, for those, I've been told to call. Don't reassemble them until I let him know.
Yeah, but I think
Because
the
like
need-
sometimes they don't want it back. You know.
Yeah.
You waste like time putting it together, making it look nice. There's no need for that.
putting it together and paying you.
Yeah, no, it's a waste of time. At least. 15
But
minutes.
did you even take that apart? Or?
Nope, that one no.
All right, so we need PP3V3S4 T-pad.
Keypad?
T-pad. Tampon pad. Stop beeping, you piece of Schmidt. Oh, show up on the screen. Okay, so we get 3.3 volts there. Now pin 4 is supposed to be PP3V42. PP3V42. So the keyboard's getting the power that it needs. What about the T-pad? Let's check our T-pad. Our T-pad is supposed to get PPVinS4 T-pad fuse. And it does. That was right here on the T-pad fuse. The next thing it's supposed to get is PP5ES4, which is going to be on the other fucking side of the board that well, luckily I didn't screw it in. And you can't measure it because it's on this side and there's no probe point easily visible. Apple! Okay. Luckily I only put 1 or 2 screws into this board. I didn't have too much confidence in my work.
It's like yelling at Alex, yelling at Apple.
Bits are back here. It would be laying on top somewhere right here.
Age ain't nothing but a number. Throwing down ain't nothing but a thing. It's something, 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 dun, dun. Something, something. Nothing but a number. Throwing down ain't nothing but a thing. Dun, dun, dun. Okay, here we go. No trackpad keyboard. The 1980s called. They want their foreign policy back. I don't know why I have Obama saying that stuck in my head. The 1980s called. They want their foreign policy back. 4 years later. Russia presents a serious threat to our democracy. What a cunt rack.
Oh my god, your voice is so like perfect for Obama.
You know, I just did a little blow. Was in college, did a little blow. No big deal. Might as well get it out before the election, because people are going to find out. When I was running, I did a little blow. Didn't help me talk faster. Didn't help me learn how to not use a teleprompter. Just did a little blow. The 80s called. They want their foreign policy back. Did a little blow. I can't stop doing it. I don't know why I get this random how do I go to the Sticks, Mr. Roboto, to Aaliyah, age ain't nothing but a number, to Obama versus Mitt Romney. I don't know. I wish I knew how my brain went from thing to thing. What he gets stuck on.
It's whenever you're fixing MacBooks.
Yeah, every time I'm fixing MacBooks, this happens. I did a little blow. No big deal. Was in college. Did a little blow. Gotta stop. Get out of my head. Then the 1980s called. They want their foreign policy back.
MacBooks are making you impersonate Obama.
Did a little blow. The 1980s called. They want their foreign policy back. Now, let it be clear. I do believe that these are some serious times that we're in right now, where the keyboard is probably not getting PP5AS4. Now, why is the keyboard not getting PP5AS4? It's probably because another repair shop done fucked it up. What do we do when another repair shop fucks it up? We hit it with my stimulus package. I need my medication. The other repair shop probably did a little blow.
What are you wearing?
When I decided to solder this
Scientist, not at work.
and use a micro pencil on these big ground pads, I was probably doing a little blow.
It's a pretty quality battery cooler, right?
Oh.
Make sure you don't lose that little wire.
I won't. I already put it on the new battery. I'm not gonna flood to gear on you.
Why not cherry pick this as an easy board? I was probably doing a little block. Have you ever met iJustine? No, but I think it could be potentially be fun. I have not met iJustine. And iJustine probably has shit reason to meet me. When you get 10 million views a month and you break your MacBook, you can afford a new one. They ain't wasting their time on jackasses like me. What is Alex getting yelled at for now? I hear Steve's blood pressure going up. I can hear Steve's blood pressure from here. Yeah, I can tell that he's about to kill him. It's evident. Steve is trying so hard to not fire him. As mean as Steve seems, he's actually a really big softie. Steve is a big... Yeah. Steve is a very big softie deep down inside.
I'll spew it out if it's for Alex. If it's for Derek, it's
Because it's funny, because there are certain people that think that I'm like the good guy and he's the bad guy, yet I'm the one that's fired over 20 people and he's fired nobody. iJustine's funny. She used the whole She uses the whole of the Apple ecosystem, even though she really dislikes the HomePod and Apple TV. I've never used the HomePod. What is this? What the hell is this? Really?
I mean, he is a mad scientist.
You want to turn the AC down?
No, it feels good. It just needs long sleeves.
Have you fired Alex yet? You sound like your blood pressure is going up. Little blow. Oh, I managed to get $15 off of my next Grubhub order because that burrito sucks so bad. Yeah. Yeah. No, I very rarely do that, but when food is that bad at that price, it's just bullshit. That was over $36 for 3 tiny burritos that tasted like total shit. Like, fuck out of here. I'm very rarely do that, but this is just fucking disgusting. Okay.
I only finished it because I really wanted that hot sauce.
Yeah, I know. I want an excuse to use that hot sauce too.
It was just drinking hot sauce at that point. There's so much regret that.
It's normal. Just wants a little hot sauce. What's wrong with having a little hot sauce now and then? Hot sauce here, a red line there. The red line thing or the hot sauce thing? Yeah. Like, he couldn't decide if he wanted to George Bush it or Ron Paul it, so he just did the worst of both. Hi, you're here. Hi said that he's going away until August.
Hi.
That's BS. He should be here until August.
Yeah, what the hell?
And past. I need somebody to set up my open broadcaster screens. I wanted to get an overhead camera for Paul's desk, as well as a better HDMI splitter to go between all the microscopes. Or even better, just another... But I was thinking instead of an HDMI splitter would just be microscope camera, microscope camera, microscope camera, 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 camera. Yeah, I would just have to get another HDMI card and a stream desk or something. And a better camera for that because your camera sucks.
Oh, I did get a better camera for you. Amscope has an autofocus microscope camera.
No way.
It's like $700, but still it's
Really?
autofocus.
Maybe I'll just do that and then this camera can go there.
No, wait, which one's better, that one or that one?
That one.
So that one goes there and this one goes there. That's quality right there.
You can do a little blow.
It's also a quality battery one.
Do a little blow. Okay. Now, keyboard, trackpad, booting. You better work, you piece of shit. Fucking piece of shit.
The battery's plugged in and
Okay, put the keyboard back here. Let's use the original, maybe not the original trackpad, because the original trackpad's got a little corrosion. Should I accept the $15 off of my next order? Should I push for more? Should I be a customer? Original trackpad is over here. Got a little corrosion. A little nasty. A little blue stuff. Alright. It was $36 for 3 burritos. That tasted like dog shit. Did we decide yesterday that 99% of the touch bars we got had dead CPUs? Yeah, that's sad.
75. This is why. You can get the Zalma out and you can start doing these things.
You want to actually replace CPUs all day? Have you ever used that machine to understand?
No, that's why. I want to try it out on like a 2011.
I may still have 2011 GPUs here. Actually, I think I gave them all to Jason and he made them into keychains. Yeah. Where are we going to put the Zamo up here, though?
When the IMAX goes
Hmm.
here. And then we can work on IMAX in the front.
Or, we do have this brand new global industrial desk over here.
I will defend my desk to the death. Better do that on my day off.
I will get you some... Paul, I will get you the highest quality, most expensive tool in the entire store for your desk. It's a great tool. It's a great asset.
Definitely didn't waste money on it.
Definitely didn't waste almost over $7,000 on a machine that I make no money off of.
Probably made like a few $100.
It's better than my investment in agile therapeutics and cryptocurrency, though. Like, at least it looks cool.
I always hate putting these things back on.
Did you stop doing GPU repairs in 2011s? Yes, I did, and I even have a really long canned response. And I actually made an extension at the store if you asked to be transferred to 902, because I got so sick and fucking tired of answering the questions people would have once I said I don't fix it. I actually created an IVR. It's like, press 1 to hear why we can't replace your GPU. Press 2 to hear why we can't reflow your GPU. Press 3 to hear why we can't upgrade your board to a newer model. Press 4 to hear why we can't modify your board to not use the GPU. Press 5 to hear why Apple can't help you. It's like, and I went through every single one of the questions.
You can modify your board to not use the GPU.
I know, but there's a long story as to why we don't do it. Call 902 and press 5 or 6 and you'll hear why that.
Yeah, I want to see why.
Press 7 if you actually want us to... You know what I should do? Press 7 if you don't care and want us to fix it anyway and make it go to Sunny. Actually, that would be really funny. What do you think? I gotta do that. Press 7 if you really want... Press 7 if you ignore all this and still want to do it and it just sends you straight to another store. Yeah, I want to get my hands on one of those i9s so I can test it out.
Buy one.
I was thinking of sending Kopaz to buy it. I can't step foot in an Apple store. You know what'll happen if I step into an Apple store?
While he's at it, can you ask him to buy like...
I'll get burned.
Yes.
I'll go on fire.
While he's there, can you ask him to buy some like proper chargers? Because like we don't have them.
Press 1 to hear. What? Really? No keyboard still? You fucking cunt bucket. Really? Really? Tell me the mouse at least moves. Tell me we got somewhere. No caps lock. Yeah. I fixed the sensor issue, but there was corrosion and shit by the circuit that sends 5 volts over to the trackpad. Did I miss something? Did I leave something off? See you later, Paul Daniels. Alright.
You get this iPhone 5 to boot, I'll get that keyboard to work.
What's wrong with the iPhone 5?
We'll boot it.
Oh. I'll fix the keyboard. You have I would love to do it, but you have the ZXW tool already plugged in.
It is very easily accessible, and I can plug it into yours.
Because I used to go under the desk to get.
Hi won't be back until late August.
What? What is this crap?
I agree. This is bullshit. Hi needs to come here right now and start fixing shit.
Yeah, tell them to visit the store at least.
Yeah, come visit the store. I'm not saying that you should cancel your trip. I'm just saying that you should show up and see how awesome a job this is so you eventually wind up canceling your trip.
Need someone to replace me when school comes.
We need somebody to replace him and...
I need someone to replace Alex.
Hi. Come on, man. Lewis said he'd love to fix the iPhone 5. Do it. Fuck that. I'm going to figure out this keyboard issue. Alright, let's see if we're getting 5 volts. I'm going to unplug this shit. And
Hey, Lewis, have you ever done data recoveries?
what?
Do you do data recoveries ever?
I've done a couple. You know, ultrasonic the phone, and pop off a capacitor. The phone already worked when it got here kind of thing.
Yeah.
Cherry picking.
Give the rest to Jason.
Yeah, mostly Jason in the beginning. Alright, so which pin is the one that's supposed to give us 5 volts? Wait, that's not it. It's this one. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Alright, so 13 pins over. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 5 volts. What? This is... No. You can't be doing this to me. You can't be doing this to me. Right, PP3V3S4 trackpad. That's going to be on pins 27 and 29. That's the last rail.
Call it a no fix.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 3.3. Okay, so it has every voltage rail present. Trackpad and keyboard. What if I just have a bad trackpad and keyboard here?
That's impossible. Yeah. Maybe the SMC is turning the keyboard trackpad up since they touched that. Look around the SMC area. Let's see if there's anything there.
What's annoying is every time I want to test this to see, I have to take everything out of the machine again.
This is just one of those that you would definitely do.
Hiss, hiss.
Louis, do you know Phil Napa?
Barely. Yeah. Oh yeah, I remember him. What's up?
So his friend just came here and he has a really old laptop and he's on the phone. So
Yeah, sure. What the hell?
yeah.
Hey, Phil. How's it going, Phil?
Doing great, man. I've been following you, man. I love how you became, a YouTube celebrity and all that, man. Jake told me about it, and I've been watching, dude. That shit is sick.
Oh, awesome. What's going on with you? How have you been?
I've been great, man. I moved my studio to Long Island City. I opened a facility over here. It's fucking great, man. Everything about it has been a huge upgrade. And the same shit. Just been DJing, touring, producing, all that stuff.
Very cool. So.
Yeah. So, I told my friend there, that's my professor and like beloved, just mentor to me and a beautiful human being. And I told him that he should come to you because he's pretty close to you geographically.
Oh,
and,
cool.
And then we watched he loved watching your video of you fixing the logic board and shit. So anyway, yeah, his computer's fucked up, and I don't know why I guess he's having a hard time communicating with the guys over there because he can't hear us.
Oh, yeah, give me 1 second, because the person he talked to is somebody I'm actually just about to... Wait, 1 second, let me turn off my stream microphone. Fucking shoot me.
Everyone's saying the fire in Topaz is now becoming a meme, not a reality.
Fucking shoot me.
What did Alex say there? Like, old person? That's what I was saying. Did Alex pull another Alex? Be honest. You know it's true.
Oh, why?
What's so funny? What's so funny?
I'm sorry, I can't control myself. I gotta stop. I gotta get it together. I gotta...
The Topaz is the
I can't believe this shit. I tell him, try it with a new cable to see if it works. So just plug the drive into this cable. He goes, so I replaced the cable? And I go, did I say that? No. I can't do it.
So try it with a new cable and see if the drive works.
And he says, so I replace it? And I go,
How many more hours does he have? We're losing him.
I tried so hard.
Beat.
I put effort into this. All right. Anyway. So, where were we with this board? I can't. Where were we with this board? What was I doing?
Trackpad.
What was it? Some shit which who gives a fuck? Can we just give them a mouse and a keyboard? All right. What was that? Oh, okay. Keyboard and trackpad. Okay. So we unplugged it. Let's try with a different. Breathe, man. Breathe. Oh, was I about to try with a different trackpad?
I think so. Don't you have a data backup and reinstall on your name?
I don't know. Get that away from me. Oh. Give it to Copass. Probably. Okay, anyway. Sorry, losing my mind. Wait a sec, I didn't plug in the damn screen. I need a camera under my desk to look at the screen for when I'm testing the board like this. What if I grabbed a bad trackpad? Let's see, what am I missing? I'm missing something stupid. It's gotta be something dumb. There's some via down here that's corroded that's doing this to me. What did you do, dum-dum? What did you do, you dumb fuck repair person that works at 186 First Avenue and can't fix a damn trackpad keyboard? What did you do, fuckface? Okay, you left two capacitors off, you dumbass. But what are those two capacitors for, dumbass? Okay, those two capacitors are for PP bus G3 hot going into a transistor for the fucking trackpad. Okay. So maybe it helps if you put the whole board back together, you stupid fuck. Let's see. Do my donor boards have that? Looks like one of them does. That, okay, so all my donor boards are missing that. That's why I forgot to put those back on. But I don't think that's going to be really important here. But just in case it is, we're going to put them back on. Let's find a donor board that actually has it. You don't have them. You don't have them. You don't have them. You don't have them. You have them, but they're not really as sexy as I'd like them to be, but oh well. I'm not as sexy as I'd like me to be either. Wait a second. What is this? What is that little missing shit? Don't. What is this? What are you? What do you do? What are you, you missing little... You fucking cunt buckets of a repair shop. This is for the Trackpad SPI signal to reach... Trackpad SPI with SRC communication. Okay. What is this? What is this? What is that? Why the fuck would you knock that off? Why would you knock that off? I spent 40 minutes looking for this. Oh my god, you cunt buckets. You pile of cunt buckets. Okay, what is this? So this Trackpad SPI something... That's going to go to this resistor and CSIL, and that's going to go to the CPU. And the other side of this is going to go to the fucking trackpad. Look at what they ripped off, Paul. On the other side of the board from the shit that they scraped off with their fingernail. So what they scraped off with their fingernail was up here. And then they also managed to scrape something off down here. And they reflowed the SMC to try to fix it.
Yeah, that's a fix.
Then what the fuck? The fuck is wrong with you?
And they represent themselves as a professional shop.
What did this little transistor ever do to you? Tell me what this little transistor ever did to you. MobileFix says proud that say that none of my locations rely on external board repair anymore. We've reached slight competence. I trust any operation run by MobileFix in the chat. MobiFix is a good guy. I would bring my phone to MobiFix. Oh, you saw that static discharge video from EVblog? Did you see the one with... Because every time he gets up, his screen turns off. When he gets up out of his chair, his BenQ monitor turns off.
Holy crap.
And when he sits back down, it turns back on. It's hilarious. Do repair shops send Lewis boards without saying what they did tried first? Of course they do. Because they read the rule on the site. The rule on the site says if you fucked with it, I'm not working on it. So what do? They think that they can just send it and lie. And they think that I'm retarded enough that I won't tell. Which makes me wonder why the fuck you would want to send it to somebody that you assume is that dumb to begin with. If you think that I'm stupid enough that I'm not going to be able to tell that you did all this shit then why the hell would you want to send it to somebody you think is that dumb to fix it for you? Alright, now we can have a keyboard and a trackpad because the transistor that is allowing the communication between the trackpad and the CPU is now back on the board. Or that's not, is that a transistor or a diode? I think that's a diode. Whatever. It's a transistor. So I'm going to put all this shit back because I expect that this is going to work now. And the best part is that I can't put this on the main channel because my recording messed up because my drive was full. I got to keep track of that more often and clean stuff out. Need cleaning. Oh man. Get anywhere with that iPhone?
iPhone 10, this iPhone 5, I don't know.
Oh. How's the XW tool? You getting the hang of it?
I need to get the hang of iPhone pads, really.
Are you using the free account that I created on Jess's forum without paying for?
I have not pleased bro her.
Oh, you can ask questions on Jess's forum. When I set up her forum, I set up a few shill accounts that I can so that I could ask questions and troll her.
Did she get back to you there?
Oh crap, my mic is still on. No, she didn't get back to me. That's somebody else. Excuse me. Okay, let's see if we got working keyboard. I really should set up Open Broadcaster and all that properly with that little Streamlabs thing. Not the deck. What's that thing that you have? Elgato?
The Elgato Stream Deck.
Yeah. I'm thinking it's time to bite the bullet and get something like that.
You would really enjoy it.
And a camera for you above your the desk. And an HD and another card so that I could record all this stuff. I just have to get something with a more sensible lens than this. Do you know of a zoom lens that isn't like this, or would I have to get something like
I
that
don't
too?
know what Sony has.
Because that lens is kind of silly. Maybe one with a remote control.
PTZ camera?
Oh yeah. Or an adjustable button. Why not make a second recording station on Paul's desk? Paul uses an Intel NUC with an i3 processor, so... yeah. Ho ho! Keyboard and trackpad are working! And I'm done. I'm sure the sensor works just fine. The sensor's probably fine. Next. Absolutely done. F this. That was such a... no more of that. Next computer I get is not going to be from another store.
Now I have a question mark.
What do you get?
Question mark.
Did you for what?
When I put the put on the new cable in,
Did you install it or did you just plug it?
just plug it in.
Okay.
Now it's in there, but it does give me a question mark. So
So it does. So that's the new cable or the old one?
the new cable.
So
I
this
still have the old cable right there.
his drive may have an issue with it.
Yeah.
Give it to Steve to sell and just tell him, you know, what it's. See, sure. Wait, let me mute my mic. Oh. Yeah. I'm. Bye bye. See you in the next one.